Sure, you can see my screen. As you know, if you cannot see my screen, you cannot hear me, let me know. You can call me directly in WhatsApp for me to, no message in WhatsApp, call me. You talk to me first. If you can see that after 10 seconds I'm not replying, then you can quickly call me. So guys, last time we started with chapter 5, I think SDP. I did send you a PDF, a summary of what we did. We did say that SDP means spanning tree protocol. It's when you have a lot of switches interconnected, then spanning tree comes in. So if you work in a company and you have a lot of switches interconnected, spanning tree is there to make sure that everything works nicely. If no spanning tree, it's like you have a road, there is no traffic sign, no traffic lights, no traffic cops, it will be chaos. So it's there to make sure that everything works nicely. And the system is called STA, spanning tree algorithm. It's where we're going to do the elections. Based on what we do the elections. So when you have a lot of switches interconnected, we need to elect a big boss, the manager. The manager is called the root bridge. So based on what? All of them, we're going to exchange the IDs. We call it BPDU. And inside, we have bridge ID. The bridge ID is a priority plus MAC address. So we're going to exchange to say who is the youngest, who has the lowest bridge ID. And the lowest bridge ID will become the root bridge. So that is number one. Number two, on other switches, we need to find these 3 ports. If we find all these 3 ports, it means everything is good. The system has converged. Everything works nicely now. So today we're going to focus on the 3 ports. So I did send you the PDF, and you can have a look on the PDF also. So let's start. So on each other switches that is not root bridge, and these 3, we need to find on each switch a root port, a designated port, and a block port. By definition, a root port, so let's take this switch 1. Switch 1 has 2 ports, F2, switch 1 has 2 ports, F1, F01, and F02. One of them should be a root port. Based on what? The root port, by definition, is the port going to the root bridge that has a lowest cost. What does it mean? It's like you're traveling. You want to go to Pretoria, you can take the bus. You can maybe take you. You'll pay maybe 1,000 rand. You can take the plane. You can maybe pay 2,000 rand. You can take your own car. You can pay maybe 5,000 rand. So the cheapest way to go to Pretoria is the bus, pay less. So F2 and F1, if I go via F1, you see, I have a link. So also on each road, there is a cost. On each link, there is a cost. There is a cost. What is it? There is a cost. What does it mean? If you're dealing with fast Ethernet, the speed length is 100 meg. Then in STP, the cost will be 19, let's say 19 rand. If your interfaces are gig Ethernet, then the cost will be 4, like 4 rand. You see. So we come in our topology, we can see fast Ethernet, fast Ethernet. It means the cost between the two lengths will be 19. See, all my ports are fast Ethernet. That's why all the costs are 19. So on switch 1, I have 2 ports, port 1 and port 2. One should be a root port. The root port is a port on a switch going to the root bridge, that has a lowest cost. So if I go via F2 to go to a root bridge, it's 19 rand. I pay 19 rand. If I go via F1, I pay 19 rand, another 19 rand, another 19 rand. You can see that it's too much. I pay too much. But here I pay less. That's why F2 is called the root port. See? Same thing for S3. I have 2 ports, F2 and F1. If I go via F2, I pay, because I have to go to the root bridge. Here I pay only 19 rand. If I go via F1, I need to pay 19 rand here, 19 rand, 19 rand. It's too much. So rather use F2. That's why we say F2 is the root port. Listen. Now, if we take S2, it's a bit tricky, because if I go via F1, I pay 19 rand and 19 rand to go to a root bridge. If I'm still on switch 2, if I need to go via F2, I pay 19 rand and I pay another 19 rand. So it's the same cost. Now, which one will be the root port? So it's difficult, so we leave it the way it is. So on S2, on the S1, we did find the root port. You see. So the 3 ports, first thing first, root port we know is the port on a switch going to a root port, going to a root bridge that has the lowest cost. Now, let us find the designated port. Designated port, we focus on 2 switches. You see the link RF1. You see between these 2 switches, we focus on the link. One port will be DP, designated port. If one is a designated port, automatically the other one will be block port. So for this, to find the designated port, we focus on the link between 2 switches. So also by default, the root bridge, all the ports are DPs, are designated ports. And we can get only 1 DP per link, not DP here and another DP here. No. If you have, we get only 1 DP per link. So because the root bridge is the big boss, all his links are DPs by default. You see. So if I take the link between S1 and the root and S0, I have a DP already, so it's fine. Because on F2 we see the root port. So this link is okay, it's done. We did find a name for each port. S0 and S3. The link between these 2 switches, by default on the root bridge, all the ports are DPs. And we also we found that on S3, the port 2 is the root port. So here it's sorted. Each port has a name. What about between S2 and S3? The DP between these two, the DP is also the link going to the root bridge that has a lowest cost. So between S2, between this switch and this switch, this is the link. So I have port F2 and I have port 1. So on F2, if I go here to go to the root bridge, I pay 19 rand and another 19 rand. But between these two links, F1 to go to the root bridge, I pay 19 rand, 19 rand, 19 rand. So the cheapest one is going via F2. So F2 will be the designated port. So if F2 is the DP, the other side will be a block port. No worries, the first time it looks confusing, but it's not. The more you do. So you see here. Now let's go between S1 and S2. We need to find a DP. So F1 is here. If I need to go to a root bridge, I need to go via the link. So I pay 19, 19, 19 to get to a root bridge. I pay 3 times 19 rand. So this is my link between S1 and S. If I take via F1, I pay 19 rand here, and I pay another 19 to reach the root bridge. So I pay twice. So it's cheaper going via F1. So F1 will be the DP, and the other one will be the block port. You can see that on this topology, all the ports we all have a name. We did elect the root bridge, number 1. On any other switches, we did find this port. It means the system is now okay. We won't get any congestion, no traffic, no accident, no nothing. Everything is nicely done. Then we say the system has converged. So I give you 2 minutes to check properly. And after 2 minutes, if you have a question, you may ask. Okay, so take it easy. Check the PowerPoint, not the PowerPoint, the PDF I sent to you, and we're going to do that again on Saturday. on Saturday. So this is another example. I'll add this one on the questions for technical session. Um, yeah, you can also check this picture. Does it explain properly? Okay, so I think what I did is more simpler. Yeah, maybe you can check this one. So when you have interconnected switches, you need to find what? First thing first, we root bridge. The root bridge has the lowest bridge ID. So you see the root bridge is here. Because if you compare the priorities, they all have the same priorities. Then you go back to the MAC address. You see 1111 is the lowest. Switch 1 has the lowest. Then switch 1 is the root bridge. When it's done, you go to other switches. Now you need to find root port. The root port is a port going to the root bridge that has the lowest cost. So on switch 2, I have two ports, gig 1, gig 2. If I go via gig 1, you see gig port, the cost is 4. I pay 4 rand if I go via gig 1. On switch 2, if I want to go to the root bridge via port 2, I pay 4 the link plus another 4. So it's too much. That's why port 1 will be the root port. So by default, the root bridge, all the ports are DPs, designated port. So the link between switch 1 and switch 2, all the ports, they have a name. So it's sorted here. Switch 3, I need to find the root port. So to go to the root bridge, if I go via port 1, I pay only 4 rand. The cost, because it's gig port, the cost is 4 rand. But I'm on a switch 3. If I want to go to a root bridge via port 2, I pay 4 rand. 4 rand, it's 8 rand, it's too much. Then via gig 1 is cheaper. Gig 1 is your root port. Now, what about the link between switch 2 and switch 3? So we focus on the link. We need to go via the link. So on switch 2, if on port 2, to go to the root bridge, I pay 4 rand plus 4 rand. It's 8 rand. On gig, on port 2 here, I pay 4 rand, 4 rand. It's the same. Because it's the same, now we need to go back to the bridge ID. Bridge ID, they have the same priority. Now I go back to the MAC addresses. This one has the lowest. Then this one will become the DP. So this one is also a very good one. You can check for 2 minutes. Okay, so on Saturday, we'll go through that again. I did send you some questions in the WhatsApp group. We'll go through all of these. So please, Saturday, Don't miss, unless maybe you have family issues or personal issues. But if you are free, just come. It will be a good revision for chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With 5 chapters of CCNA2. We have a lot of work to be done. So please come. Okay, so that's all for chapter 5.
Sorry, good evening, sir.
Yes, your name and your question.
Fabian here.
Yes, again, yeah.
Now, seeing the topology on the STP, so this seems like we already configure, we already put a, are we going to use the what do you call the switch virtual interface or the physical interface on the switches?
Now here, everything is physical interface. Everything is physical interface. So you see, if I open a switch, I take this switch, for example, and I type enable show spanning tree. See, if I'm on a switch and I tap show spanning tree, it will show me, you see the priority, it's in the ID, the bridge ID, you have a priority with, and the MAC address. If you want, you can change it. If you want a switch to become the big boss, you can change the priority, the default priority to become the lowest to make this switch the root bridge. So we focus first on the priority. Now the port are physical port. It's only the type of port. If you see FA, the cost is now what, 19. If you have gig port, the port is 4. And the cost is 4. That's all. So I'm going to show you here. So you see here, what's the most important they give you is the bridge ID, because it will help you to find the big boss. You see. Then according to the type of port you have, gig port, the cost on each link will be 4. 4, 4. In our case here, we have fast Ethernet port. All the ports are fast Ethernet. Then the cost is 19, according to a table. According to the cost table. You see? So if 100 meg per second is fast Ethernet, then the cost on the link is 19. If you're using gig Ethernet, the port is 4. The cost is 4. So this cost will help you to find the root port, because it's the cheapest port going to the root bridge. It will help you to find the designated port, the link between two switches, the port that has the lowest cost, and block port. If one side is DP, the other one is blocked, you see. So we use more of this too.
So sorry, I understand. So now I want to understand something there. What are the cost mean? These are two. We have a 2 on the link. We have 4, 19, and 100. What does it mean? Is it a consumption, or is it just a way to communicate in the number of data that is taking? Or what is it exactly? I want to understand this.
That's why we say here STP, STA, based on what we're going to work. STA says if you have a fast Ethernet, the cost is 19. I ask you, Fabian, 1 plus 1, can you please explain to your child why 1 plus 1 is equal to 2? It's the way it is. It's an agreement. STA. How are we going to work? STA will say, if you have a port if fast Ethernet, the cost will be 19. If you have a gig Ethernet port, the cost will be 4. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. Understand now.
Okay. That's a very good question. For me, ask any questions, because your question will help me to explain more, and number two, it will help your friends also to understand. So that's why I say, please ask any questions, even if you study, you don't understand something. The WhatsApp group is there. Put it there. Yeah, it's the way it is. It's an agreement. That's why they say to find the root bridge. The rule says the lowest bridge ID. Yeah. Okay, so for now, let's stop here for now. Watch the recording again. I'll send you the PDF. Saturday, I'll give you something to be done. So if you go to the PDF I sent you, see the PDF. I'll give you this one. Think about it before Saturday, and you must identify each port. Which one the root bridge, which port is a DP, root port, and what. It's a bit tricky, but try. Just try. If you cannot, when we meet, I'll give you the answer. Yeah, so this is the PDF I sent to you. So watch again the recording, and yeah. So this is the PDF I sent to you. It's a short summary. Yeah, then at a later stage, we could do some packet tracer, to show spanning tree. I can ask you to force a switch to become a root bridge. Then you need to come here and make the priority lowest compared to others. Done. Else the MAC address, but usually we can manipulate easily the priority. You see the cost is here. Why? Because we have fast Ethernet port. Then we have something else called hero time. Okay, this one forgot about it. Else you can hear bridge ID. We have okay here, forget about it. Sometimes we do the same thing here. Bridge ID with priority, MAC address. So here port 2 will be the root, because it has the lowest cost to go to the root bridge and all this. So Saturday we'll go through it again. So no worry. For now, try to understand what is STP. We use it for what? What is STP? We use it for what? What is STA? What is this? How to find, and done. And it's by practicing a lot, then you. Yeah, I think for now, let us stop here, because I want to do chapter 6, but no, I don't want to confuse too much people. The first time they be confused, but it's not. The more we do. So let's stop here. So next week, we'll do Ether channel. Ether channel is to combine a lot of port in one logical port. But we'll do that next week. So let us focus. So on Saturday, we'll go through these ones, especially VLAN guys, and SDP. So
Hi, Mr. Max.
yes, your name and your question.
Yeah, it's patient here. So this thing just is a little bit tricky. So I think you can explain it properly on Saturday because I don't catch up some stuff here.
Yeah, please watch a video first,
Yes,
watch it
yes.
twice at least, yeah. Then Saturday will be much better. So we have two videos. We read this for Tuesday. We read it for today. Please watch them at least twice before Saturday, so that so maybe Engineer Fabian will help us again. Yeah, Engineer Fabian will. Yeah, but watch first with two videos. Then Saturday, one of you guys who understand more could come and because sometimes maybe between you students you have your own way to understand and to explain more. Yeah, so I like it. Yeah, so we'll be working a lot, guys, on Saturday. It will be a lot because VLAN is going to focus a lot of VLANs.
So
We'll
sorry,
do
sir.
inter VLAN. Yes.
Before you go, I see on the HS switch we have only two ports. Is it compulsory to have only two ports, or can have more than two ports on one switch? That they need to be
Okay, this one.
interconnected.
No, it's only one. For now, it's only one. One port, one port. So we link. The other port will be for the PCs. So if I open a switch here, I go to physical. You see, all this port is for PCs. You see, now these two here, it's where you can connect one switch to one switch. You see, so we don't focus on these one are for the PCs.
Okay.
Then network cable, I plug here. I take another switch and I plug there. Maybe I'll bring two switches. Yeah, please remind me on Friday night or Saturday early in the morning, 7 a.m. Mr. Mas, please bring two switches. Yeah, so that yeah, we could maybe work a bit on it, some of them.
Okay, now I see now.
Yeah, so I take a plug. Yeah. Okay, guys, let us make it short and simple. I'll send you the recordings next hour. You have a PDF. You have a PDF also. You have a questions, want to understand more, and yeah. So bring your laptops if you have, if you can. If you take the train, please don't bring. If not safe, don't bring. If you have your laptops, bring them. Your chargers, your extensions, some drinks, some snacks, because it will be a long day. We're going to work a lot on this switching concept, VLAN, inter VLAN routings, STP. Remember the labs I sent to you in what is it? Technical session. Oh, I forgot. Okay, anyway, so I did send you a list of labs that we will be doing, like this one. Troubleshoot inter-VLAN routing. It's a headache because sometimes someone forgot to assign port, or so we'll do that. We'll do route on the stick, VLAN configuration. We also do SSH for those who were not there. We do revisions. We can also do the physical mode. Yeah, so we're going to work a lot. But first thing first, we do step by step. So remember, the very first hour from 9 to 10, I'm with you 100%. Anything you want, any questions, I'm with you. After that, I say, okay, now guys, I want you to focus on two labs, maybe 1 and 2, for example. So while you're busy working together, I'm busy 1 hour with IT Essentials. But when I'm busy with them, if you have questions, please call me, because you have priority. If it's not your hour and you're busy working together and you have issues, hi, Mr. Max, please, we need help. Can I help you quickly? First, we need quickly, then I go back. When I'm done with them, I come back to you on it. So we're going to work a lot. So all these things, we need to finish them on Saturday. So bring some, eat well before coming because it will be a lot of work. Yeah, so I prefer us to do these ones, and the following Saturday for you only CCNA that we'll be doing in July, I'll bring now the switch. It will be more easy, much easier for you to play with the switches, because now you could understand the theory, the packet tracer. Now when you bring the physical equipment, it's much easier. Yeah. So anyway, I'll bring 2 switches in case we have time, but we need to finish this one. And yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We meet again on Saturday. Have a good evening. And
Thank you.
thank you, guys. Okay.